like a mouth. Can you see it all? Can you see it? Rah, rah, rah. You see that? The jaw and the teeth? Yeah. Rah. So we're going to go ahead and thread the gait belt through the lower jaw so that it can scrape the teeth. Yeah, I know that face was not attractive. Let me try that one more time. Through the bottom of the belt to scrape the teeth. Yeah. And then we squeeze down. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze down. All right. Now, how do I know it's tight enough? Well, first of all, Ryan, can you please come and help me? Everybody, Ryan.
Right. Good.
So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to I can let it loose or I can wrap it. It does not matter. Now what he's going to do to test, he's going to cup the belt and he's going to see how far it comes up. Go ahead and cup the belt. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Now he can fit 2 fingers in. He can fit 2 fingers in. All right. Is it sliding up on my anatomical parts? A little bit. If I fall, the first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to slide into it. This does not feel good, okay? So tighter is a little bit better here. Now let's test it. Go ahead and try it again, please. Aha! Here, look. Doesn't move, okay? Doesn't move, all right? I'm size fetus, all right? So it's going to be tight. This belt will fit all the way up to 36, 38. You can get small, medium, and large. And I mean 36, 38 inches, like in men's pants. Okay, so that's how you know the gait belt's appropriate.
Just enough room to get your fingers into the.
Yeah, you don't want it to lift so violently up that first of all, people did not know about the gait belt. They were using things like shirts. What happens when you take my shirt and you try to hold me? Oh, I'm slipping out over there. I'm still going to have an accident. You have to have something stable, okay? Something to hold on to. This gets put on before I leave the bed. This gets put on, can they see that? Before I leave the chair, okay? This gets put on when I'm seated and safe. This gets put on when I'm seated in the bed and safe. It is not a good idea if I'm unstable, right? It's not a good idea if I'm unstable and then try to put it on me. I'm going to go out, right? Okay, no, we got to be right here, stable, and then we put it on, okay? And you test it here, right, while they're seated. And sometimes people are just, you're on these medications, you're tired and you're dizzy. So the last thing we need to do is rock the boat, right? Don't rock the boat, baby, right? Okay. So, Ryan, here we go, okay? I'm going to come towards Ryan. And he's going to be my loved one seated, okay? I know he needs to go somewhere because how do I know? What did you just say to me? Would you like to go somewhere? Let's go somewhere. Not a problem, okay? Do you mind if I put this belt on you now? Okay, all right. By the way, they make really fancy belts. So if you don't like the look of this belt, do not give up. Etsy has a whole leather collection, rhinestones, beautiful pinks, purples, greens. I mean, what you want is, okay? Enjoy the time y'all have together. If your loved one is fancy, get a fancy one. You can, So now I'm just going to say, I'm going to go ahead and put it around you. Remember, silk goes towards them. Where do I place this? At the small of the waist. Not up here. That's the high of the waist. That's not even the waist. Down here, no, that's too low. I go right here. Can I touch you?
Yes.
See that? Ask first. Now, the belly button. Okay. Here's your belly button. Well, here's Ryan's belly button, but there's the belly button, okay? So we're going above it. The natural waist is above the belly button. If you're hitting below the belly button, you're too low. Use the body as a landmark. Take the tail, put it through the jaw of the mouth. Scrape the teeth. Yeah? Pull it tight. Are you okay?
Yes.
Signs and symptoms that they're not okay. They say they're not okay. If they can't talk very well, they're looking like they're really in pain. Okay? They're maybe getting pale. All right? So watch that. Still okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And because I'm a professional nurse, Mr. McGuire, are you okay? Okay. I'm used to calling him Ryan, but just in case, if you have ever a caregiver come to your house, you know they should be professional. So I'm gonna test your belt now. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll touch you now. Okay, so I am going to cup. I'm gonna come around. Okay? I don't hold like this, because what's gonna happen if he slips? Boop. So do I, okay? And some of us ladies, we got the pretty fingernails, and we have, oh, that's expensive. Don't do that to your nails. Cup, okay, go underneath. Underneath, okay? Now I'm gonna test it. Is it lifting? Well, it's not too bad. Does it feel bad? No? Okay. Oh, that's not too bad, right? It's not coming up. Okay. You want to do the transfer now?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you have any questions on this gait belt, Jim? Does that answer the question earlier about how tight you should place it? Did that answer your question, Jim, about how tight you should place the gait belt?
No questions here.
But that was more me. Is Jim okay? Yeah. Are you
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you okay, Mr. Baker?
I had a question.
Yeah.
Maybe this is getting ahead of where we are, but if the person starts to fall, or in fact, fall, you can't really pull on the belt
Oh,
and,
yeah, you
and
can.
pull them back up. I mean, in some cases, might the person just go down and try again then later?
No, we're gonna definitely go and do the transfer. Then I'm gonna show you how I walk him around a room. All right.
Good. Okay.
Cool. So my outfit is clean, I promise. If they don't smell the Downy in my shirt, they're not close enough, okay? All right? Downy, Swavel, whatever, Fabuloso, it doesn't matter what, but if they're not, I'm not a sponsor. Okay, this is my loved one. Remember, body mechanics, okay? Now, I need to get close to my loved one to figure out how we're gonna stand up. What I'm gonna tell them is what I'm gonna do to them first. So you'd like to go to the restroom, right? And we're got the belt on, so we're safe now, okay? Are you okay?
Yep.
Okay, because I'm okay. Let's go ahead and get you to the restroom. I am going to go in between your legs with my body, and I'm gonna come and help pull you up. I want them to use as much of their own leg strength as possible. Remember, we're not doing everything for them. We're just helping them, or caregiving, not care doing, okay? So they have to use their legs. If there is, can I touch you?
Yep.
If there is a handle in the chair, you tell them push, okay? If there's a cane, you tell them use it. If there's a walker, you have it ready, right here, ready to go, okay? I want them to use their body. The more you use your body, the more your blood gets the pumping and the brain gets the pumping, and you're healthier, and you're not going to feel so dizzy when you stand up because the brain already got all that good blood, okay? So use your body. Now I come close into Ryan, so he's going to grab onto his chair, pretend a chair.
This chair over there. Do you want to
Yeah, let's do that. But either way, say you don't have a chair. They're going to use their legs, okay? Look at him. He's amazing already without me. Like, this is like 5-star. Look at it. Okay, well. Look at that.
Whoa, miracle.
Oh, miracle. So, okay. I joke the whole time. Hopefully it's fun. So I come in and I'm gonna say, okay, please put your arms on 3. We're gonna rock and get up. We must commit to this. I believe in you, okay? So I'm gonna come close.
Okay.
Look it, he's smelling my downy, okay? Now you rock back. On 3, we're gonna get up. 1, 2, no. 1, 2, oh, he's really good. And 3, rock, up, okay? All right, I am holding him pretty snugly.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna fall down.
No, I feel
Okay,
secure.
now watch me. Look at my legs. See where they are? It's not this, it's not, it could be here. I could be here, but I'm not this. I am really solid. I'm a triangle, okay? Look, I didn't even let go of him while I'm,
Yeah.
I'm like, and it's gripping hard, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
But that's my training. So anyways, here I am, okay? Strong. Down. Here I am again, strong. Go ahead and try to waver. Grab the chair, sit down. Okay? Grab the chair and sit down. But here I am, look. Okay? I want to commit to this. You really got to go to the restroom. Okay, so let's try it again. On 3. Rock forward. 1, 2, 3, up. Good. Are you feeling dizzy?
No.
If he was, look up. Okay? Do not look down at the floor. Down at the floor makes you dizzy. Okay? So look up. Now, I am his seeing eye person. We're going over there. Okay? That's the bathroom. You don't know it yet, but I'm going to tell you that. Here I am, okay? I'm going to show you this way so you can see my hands. Cup. Okay? Cup. Okay? Cupping. Now, as I walk, I'm going to cup, but I'm looking, where am I going? Here's the wall I want him to touch. So I have to face my back. I just wanted to show you what the hands look like. Okay, so cup. Now, we're gonna get to the bathroom, but we use the wall as a support. So let's go ahead. Please walk towards that wall so we can get you safely to the bathroom. Oh, are you okay? Good job. Look at my legs. Okay, look at my legs. Look at how I'm doing that. Oh, good job.
Oh yeah, I forgot the camera.
Good job. Do you feel dizzy? Oh, yeah, you do. Okay. Look, I pressed him into the wall. So come back up. Oh, he feels dizzy. Oh, press. Look at me. I am the human triangle. Big blue human triangle, but a triangle, okay? I press into him into the wall so that he doesn't hit the floor. Should he hit the floor, he's gonna have possibly head injuries. I don't want that, okay? You ever heard nurses say, no, I'll take you from the wheelchair to the bathroom, to the wheelchair to the bathroom, you know, like that. It's because we don't do this to our patients. We don't want them to fall. Now, are you feeling really like unsteady? You're gonna pass out?
Yes.
Yes. If he's really gonna pass out, watch this. Let him come down. Use your leg. Let him come down. There you go. Okay. Okay, good job. You are here. You are watching them. They are not going to be left alone, okay? If you have a device at home, the 911, the little tag, the clip, this is why you put it on your loved one's neck. This is why you put it on your neck if they're not going to wear it, okay? This is why maybe your iPhone has an option to do an alert. Whatever devices you have, do not lift your loved one off the floor, but don't leave them unattended. But you also need to slowly let them come down to the floor, all right? Are you okay? Okay. Do you think you can try to get up? Okay. Now, wait. Sorry. A solid, stable chair that is not going to move, right? Okay. Do you think you can try to get up? Push yourself up. So hold on to the chair. There you go. Push, push. Hold on to the chair for them. Get up, and sit back down in this chair. You just had a fall. You're dizzy. They need time to recuperate. We cannot just keep them moving, okay? He got dizzy, why? When did it happen, why? These are questions because you're gonna talk to whoever's your care provider, meaning like your doctors or your nurses or your nurse practitioner or your PA, whoever. You need to tell them, we were walking, they got dizzy. How are you nauseous? Okay, 1,000 questions. Ask them now, okay? Because if they're getting dizzy and they're doing this, and it's not just because of it's a common thing for them, you need to tell your provider, okay? But you feel good now, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and get up. So remember how I did this. All right, can you come to the edge of the chair just a little bit more? That's gonna help me more, okay? That's good. Now, he's gonna use his hands again. We're gonna go all the way in, smelling the downy, and 1, 2, and 3, lift up. Ooh, good job. Okay, let's get the chair out of the way. Okay. Oh, and actually that could have been the restroom there, but we're gonna pretend it's the restroom. So here we are walking into the restroom, and there's the commode. So can you, if I have to leave them on the wall, okay? I don't just leave them in the middle of the room. Because should they get dizzy, they have they get dizzy, they have a place to go. Okay. So the commode is clean. It is free of debris, so nothing is slipped when they try to sit on it. Okay, it's ready to rock. So a commode has this little lid, okay? So it doesn't have to smell. Remember, this is dirty. This is all infection. So when you need to clean this, dirty side up, okay? Don't put it on the floor, okay? Now we have our loved one. The seat is down and it's open. It's clean, because if they pee into it and the pee splashes back up, we may get E. coli, we may get like a UTI or infection where that bacteria climbs up and they have to constantly feel like they're burning when they pee. We don't want that. So we want this place clean. So now I have my loved one. Okay, you ready? Let's go to the restroom. So most restrooms, you walk in like so. Go ahead and grab that handle. See how it needs to be clean and stable? All right, ready? 1, 2, and sit. Look at me. Sit. He's using most of his body. I'm not bending him down over it. Supporting, guiding, okay? But he's using his own hands and legs. Now, can I jump into do you mind if I do the privacy thing?
Yeah, that's good.
Many of us worry that our loved one is gonna fall off. I'm a nurse. I'm always staring at you guys and you're like, right? You cannot go to the bathroom with somebody staring at you. So I'm going to back off, okay? I'm going to go out the door and I'm not going to stare while I'm out the door. I'm going to give him some privacy. This is your loved one, okay? They've raised children. They've had a job, a career. They drive cars. They're an adult. They are respected, loved. The most important person in your world next to you, and let them have their time alone. If they touch their face while they're going to the bathroom and they smear things on themselves, you know what? We'll wash it. We'll wash it. Okay, that's when we can kind of, just say, we'll wash it. If anybody has any type of Alzheimer's, dementias, one of the things that goes first is your ability to smell, okay, is your nerve 1. And nerve 1 no longer works. So they are thinking, oh, my nose itches, but they just touch their back end to get number 2 out, and then they take that same cloth and they go, they cannot smell, okay? So, we just can't get mad at people who don't have the capabilities. So I'm outside, so please, understand, that's why they're smearing themselves with feces or poop, okay? So Mr. McGuire, are you done? Are you okay? Okay. His toilet paper was in reach, all right? It's not too far away. Okay, so now I come back. Okay, can I come in now?
Yes.
All right. Now, can I help you with all your garments? Okay, so ready to stand up? On 1, 2, thank you for holding your hands there. 3, okay? If they are naturally a dizzy person, pick up their pants. This belt, I didn't take it off. You can bring it up here, okay? I forgot. If you are pregnant, if you have a colostomy bag, okay? If you have a liver something, okay? Take this belt, put it up. It is not going to give you the same amount of protection against falling, okay, as the natural waist. But because you have had that liver surgery, the colostomy bag, the abdominal surgery, the little bun that's bacon inside your body, you don't want to be harming this precious life or this precious life. So put it up here so that way when you walk around, you're not hurting these areas or opening up stitches. Okay, can you turn around? Same thing with nephrostomy tubes. Those are tubes like when the patient can no longer, or the loved one can no longer pee through their urinary meatus. They start peeing through implanted surgical tube back here. You have to be very careful not to rip these guys out with the belt, okay? So you can put them up here or just be very gentle around the tubes. Okay, so come on around. Some of us have, thank you, some of us have a peg tube. It is a way to feed somebody because for some reason their mouth no longer can get food. It needs to heal, or their esophagus or the place where the stomach is need to heal. So they feed them directly here, all right? So that person can have it down at the natural waist because the peg tube will be higher, okay? Any questions? So we just did transfers too. Let's go transfer to the bed,
Okay.
okay?
Or should we do for lying sitting and then we can do
Yeah,
It's up to you.
yeah. So, want to try to go here?
Yep.
Okay. So Ryan's going to get in the bed because we're going to demonstrate how to get up from a laying position. Now, let's talk about sanitary conditions, okay? He just went to the restroom. Is the camera still on me? I'm going to get some gloves, all right? I want to teach you about bacteria. If your loved one, and write this down, has been on like clindamycin, C-L-I-N-D, A-M-Y-C-I-N, clindamycin for a very long time. Okay, we're talking like a month, maybe more. I worry that they may have something called C. diff, okay? I'm gonna break it down, it's really super easy, C. diff. And what this bacteria is a spore. Think of a walnut, okay? The only way we're gonna crack that walnut is to use an autoclave, super hot heat, or wash it with water. If you know your loved one has something really contagious, the last thing you need to do is get sick. It's not rude to put on some gloves, roll up your sleeves, okay? You do love yourself and you have to stay healthy so that you can love your loved one. It's not a bad thing that they have this poor disease, okay? They are loved. You are loving your loved one no matter what, but you must take care of you. So look at this, I got my gloves on, okay? Now I'm over here, all right? And I am going, he's safely, securely where he needs to be. This would be later, like you don't have to clean right away, but this would be later. Okay, take the bucket, and I just want to kind of show you what this looks like. See that? Just bucket. And then I'm going to go to the actual toilet, all right? I'm going to get a cup of water. I can take this urinal cup. Okay, a lot of you can ask for this if you're a man and you just got out of surgery, okay? Or you ladies, you have this. I'm gonna take some water from the sink, clean, throw it in here, and toss it in the toilet. Clean, swirl, toss it in the toilet, okay? If I have some Lysol wipes, I can do that. This is contaminated. My hands are contaminated. I get some cleaner, clean, wipe, take these off. How to take off gloves? Pull. Yeah. Pull from the palm. Pull from the palm. Pull. Hand is away, okay? Cup it. Make a ball. Stick your finger inside. Inside is clean, outside's dirty. We just, right, with the outside. So we're gonna go on the inside and roll the glove over the dirty. Toss it, okay? Do not reuse these gloves. I do not want to take that chance, okay? Remember, no, don't do it. Throw it. Everybody's trying to save money, and I just don't want you all to do that, so boom, okay? After you've done that, look where my sleeves are, they're up. I could still have germs. I could still have the C. diff on my body. So I'm gonna go to the sink, okay? Turn it on. That handle's dirty. Wash my hands all the way up to my wrists, all the way up to my elbows. Rinse it, rinse it. Get the paper towel. Dry, it's all wet, toss. Another paper towel. Turn off, see the faucet's still going, right? I never touched it. Clean towel, faucet, close it off. Now toss it, or go to the door handle, open it, walk through the door, toss it behind you. Now you're clean, okay? Because remember, I'm coming over, I need to take care of him. So we are getting up. Before I go on, any questions about that? No? No questions? Okay.
I had a question. I had a question going back to earlier when your loved one, Ryan, was slipping down and was on the floor. And you mentioned having a device like 911.
Yes.
And 2 days after my wife was discharged from the skilled nursing facility, she's got considerable weakness in both legs. And she fell. She just sort of slipped down to the floor. It was not a hard fall, but she couldn't get up. And we tried for an hour to try to use the wheelchair, use a walker to get her up. And she couldn't get up. So she said, you got to call for help. So I did
Yes.
call 911.
Yes.
And they sent the fire department with
Yeah.
a huge big hook and ladder, and 5 guys came rushing in, the EMS tech, and then 2 of these firemen just lifted her up and got her back in bed and clarified that she didn't need to go back to the hospital. But I was curious if in San Antonio that's common. We
It
moved
is.
from New York a few years ago, and I never had this experience to call 911 to get somebody back in the bed. Do they do that routinely? Is that to be expected? Just
It's
not to take someone to the ER, but just to lift a person back up into the bed safely?
absolutely. This happens quite a bit. If you know, if you can't get up within the next 15 minutes, don't even try. If 5 to 10, 15 minutes later, you're still trying, I would not recommend that. I don't want you all to hurt yourselves or to overexert your loved one, especially if they've had a surgery. The only reason why I show that technique with the chair is if you're very capable, if your wife has both legs and she's just a slight bit dizzy. But the variations are, no, if she's having that much of a hard time walking, she's got a walker with her and she goes down, you have to know your capabilities, okay? There is nothing wrong with calling EMS, 911, having these firemen come out. If you've noticed, the people here in Texas are extremely okay with being friendly, helping you out. I'm also from the East Coast, and I love the East Coast too. And I just want to say that same warmth they have there, they're going to have it even more here. And they want to help you, and that's common. San Antonio has about, last time I checked, about 65% of a 55 and older crowd. All right. And as San Antonio is getting older, the expectations are, we know we are going to need to help our elders. We're going to have to help our caregivers. And if there are elders themselves, we are going to have to be out there for them. Do not feel shame. Do not worry. Do not say, I can't do it, or I don't want to call, or I'm scared to call. Just call. Just do it. Okay. Does that help?
Good. That's pretty clear. Thank you.
And Ashley probably knows this too, that in San Antonio, you can call the fire department non-emergency number in your area, and they will come directly to your house and lift up anybody,
Yeah.
and there's no charge for it, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Thank you.
Yeah. 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 Safe lift. Yeah. And please, have that device on you, the beeper, or they even sell at some of the hospitals, not all of them, but some of them do. They have an attachable device that has a little clamp on it and a string and an alarm. And so if your loved one is leaving without you, you didn't put the gate belt on them, they didn't get the chance to because they've just decided to jump out without your help, it makes an alarm sound so you can catch them before they stand up, because it just literally just gently pulls off and goes beep, 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 and it just makes a ruckus. Okay. Oh, okay. So Ryan says ACOG can help you with fall prevention and fall alerts. Okay. One of the things that as a nurse, I'm giving you quite a crash course, and one of the things I want you to always think about is my loved one breathing? Okay. Nurses were always like, okay, are you breathing? Are you breathing? If your loved one's talking to you, right on. They're breathing. Ask them, are you okay? Where are you? Okay. If they can say, I know where I am, and they're breathing, you've just done what I call a mini assessment to know that they're okay. It doesn't mean if they've hit their head real hard that that's the end and all. No, no, no. You need to get them to a hospital. They fall down, they hit that head, and no, don't even take chances. Call, get them in, have it looked at. If they fall on their face, okay, they can't get air into their nose. They can't get air into their mouth. If they're planted like this, not a good idea to leave them like that, okay? If they're not talking to you and they're not responding, all right, I don't want you to have a heart attack. I want you to consider a possibility of, ooh, do we have one? Okay, I'm gonna touch you now, is that okay? You need to go for a pulse. Ooh, this bed needs to be locked. Lawsuit Nation, bad nurse. I work with nice nurses. They just admitted their own faults. That's nice. Okay, so my loved one's face down. They're not answering. I don't see a chest rise. I don't see it in the back. I'm gonna go over here. I can't feel anything. Do not hesitate. 911, drop your ear to their chest, pump, okay? I don't care if you misdiagnose them, because as soon as you go like this, straight arms, and you push down real hard, they're gonna go, ah! And guess what? They're okay. Okay? I'd rather you do that than not act, because the more you don't act, okay, and get that heart started, the sooner the brain begins to die. The blood goes down here. It doesn't go up here. Okay? So I just want you to think about that. And I don't take these falls and go extreme, but face down, not breathing, not talking to you, and no pulse, and looking kind of pale, do it. Go for it. If he is on his stomach, all right, and you have the ability to flip him to his back, do it, okay? If they fall, I know this sounds crazy, but if they fall and something's stuck in them, never pull it out, okay? So I have Ryan here. I'm going to get back on task at hand, and we're going to talk about getting up. Now, does this bed? Yeah, absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Now, is there any way we can get this bed up? Because I saw that we could.
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I brought it.
Okay, that's fine. I see it here. Okay. So you may have a flat bed at home like this. You may have maybe some rails that you bought from Amazon that go between the mattress and the box spring. The best ones are the ones that bolt in. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? I want you to think about that. You're going to spend a little bit more money, but I think as safety goes, I'd rather spend more now and worry about less later, okay? So you can bolt them in, and they're much more secure. They bolt to the frame. Now, if you have the ability to get a nice hospital bed that's going to help your back stay back and not, falling over, do it. So this is, oh, it's not connecting, that's why. Hold on.
I think there's like a pole. I don't know if it's fully enough to raise.
Oh, you know what? That's okay. Now, say you don't have this fancy bed, all right? But you can always improvise. I'll be back. We're gonna pretend, watch, welcome to my world. This is like what I do in homes, okay? Welcome to my world. I'm just gonna lift this up. I'm gonna put a pillow underneath. Okay, pillow underneath him. It's a little bit higher. I can go get one of those ramps. I know you ever seen them? They're a triangle shaped pillow. You can put that underneath the bed, underneath the bed sheet. Never just right here between them because it can slide as you're trying to get them out. But underneath something more stable like the mattress, if it's kind of thin like this, is going to work. Okay. Now, do you want to get to the restroom again?
Yes.
Okay. So so he wants to go to the restroom. So I'm going to get you to the restroom. He said, okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask him to use as much of his stomach muscles as possible. So can you bring your feet over to the edge? Good. Good. Can you shift your hips just a little bit? There you go. Can you drop this leg down the bed? Okay, good. Now, I have my leg positioned here. I'm going to ask to go underneath. Can I go underneath your neck? I'm going to lean. This is the only time I bend, okay? So even if I try not to bend as much either, so I'm straight down and I'm going to go under the neck. I'm touching the shoulder. Touching the shoulder right here, okay? So bend down, okay? Now I ask him, sit and pivot. His hip was already pushed into the mattress when I brought that leg down, asked him to bring the leg down. So he's already positioned more on this hip than he was on this. Okay, let's try that again. So again, get your loved one to try to come over as much as they can. Bring that leg down. Now this hip is going to be ready. It's positioned more heavy because of the weight of the leg. Okay, I can ask him to lift this knee. Okay, I'm going to go underneath the neck, over the shoulder, and spin. Okay, it seems like a lot, but the more you practice, the better. Let's go back to being nurses. Okay, are you in pain? Say yes. What's your pain level? Ooh, he said a 50 out of 10 because I just got him up. If you know that your loved one goes to the restroom, eats breakfast, does something at a certain time, okay, get them their pain meds at that time. Because I know your doctor probably says something like, they can take this pain med so many hours, okay? This many hours in between, they can take it. Well, right before you do this, giving the med, not 100%, 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes before you have to do this to them, that's when you give the med, okay? Give it with food, a little bit like crackers, like white bread, something light, some water. Give it to them 30 to 40 minutes ahead, then you do this, okay? This will hurt when they are in pain, you know? Yeah. Okay, okay, so now we want to go ahead and just stand up to walk. So how do I do this? How do I do this? Can I get some tips here? How do I do this? Anybody want to help me? What should I tell him? Should he stay far back in the bed or should he try to come forward? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Baker, what do I ask Mr. McGuire to do here?
He probably shouldn't sit at the very edge of the bed, but if he could move up a little closer. But your posture has to be good too. Looks like you're not solid on your feet
Sure.
as
So,
caregiver.
thank you. So as caregiver, as loved one, can you come to the little bit more to the edge? How about this belt, Maureen? What about this belt? Is this okay?
It looks like it's a little bit loose.
Loose, yeah.
How do I test it?
If you
Two
can,
fingers
yeah.
in the back or in the front?
What else can I do to test it?
I think that's it, just to see if you can put two fingers under. Oh yeah, see how far it pulls up.
So it's not pulling up too far, right? So
Yeah.
we're good. We're good. Okay, that's how we test. Now, what do I need to say to him before I bring him up?
I don't remember.
That's okay.
Take
Whatever.
a deep breath. Take a deep breath. He's going to hold on to you as caregiver.
I like that you said that. When you are the caregiver, they are not to hold on to you that hard. They're supposed to use their own muscles, Mr. Baker, okay?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. They're supposed, this is their exercise. That's why we're giving them medicine 30 to 40 minutes ahead. This is hard. This is going to exhaust them.
Yes. Tell them to get strong. We're going to do this.
Yes, yes. So in addition to that, now I'm going to get him up, okay? But I need to communicate. You ready to get up? Okay, the belt is on, okay? And now I'm going to come closer on the rock. I take my legs. I can go here if I want, push into his knees, which is not always the best if you've had a knee surgery, but I like to do this. Mr. Baker says, watch your posture, Marie. Okay? Now, he says, it's okay if the loved one wants to hold on to me. Uh-oh. This is a delicate area. Not a good picture, right? No.
Right. No.
Yeah. This is going to hurt my neck. They can't do this. They can do this. They can do this. Okay? All right? And when they do that, that's okay. They're not grabbing onto me for dear life. They're using me as a balance. He can also hold on to the bed and push off the bed. See? So, ready? 1, rock 1, on 3, 2, and push off, push into your legs. Okay?
Good.
Mentos, the fresh maker. Okay, I like it. Here's another thing that I've learned through my adventures. What if he's wearing sweet little bunny slippers? Oh, they're so precious, right? The grandkids got them, but they're like ice capades.
Yes.
How is he gonna get up if he has ice capades? Oh my goodness, we're sliding away. He needs to have good shoes. Invest in a good pair of solid house shoes. If you are somebody who has diabetes, if your loved one has diabetes, anybody in your family has diabetes, one of the things that you worry about is not being able to feel foot pain, foot injury, okay? You're walking, you're doing your thing, you go into the bathtub, you turn it on to that steamy, nice, temperature that you feel like is okay. You tip your toe in there, and it actually gives you a burn, but you can't feel it because you have diabetes. So you have to watch the temperatures. You have to watch your skin and your feet. Cover those feet up. Use solid shoes with non-skid bottoms. Okay? Any questions?
Well, you need to have rubber bottom shoes, right? Or slippers.
You need to have something that's, it should say non-slip.
Yeah.
I want the marketing to tell you what it's going to do for you. And I want you to use the reviews. Like, you go in there and ask the people on these products, because many of us are buying offline. I have a need for non-slip. Is this good non-slip? And talk to people online. What are the best shoes for getting up from bed or things like that, okay? Another thing, how about if I have a rug here?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, thank you, Mr. Baker. He's got great shoes. He's got his gait belt on. I'm all like super He-Man over here with my posture. But then we get him on this tiny little rug and it's flipped up, right? And we're like, okay, and boop, boop, boop. There I go, okay? There I go, backing it up. So watch what's around the bed, okay? Watch what's around the bed. Cords, lamp cord, okay? Rug with cute little dangles on the edges, okay? The pet. I love my animals. I have 6 of them. They do not belong in this process right now. I don't get mad at them, but they need to be away. Okay, come on everybody, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Gotta get, mommy, daddy up, let's go. Now I do this because I don't want to trip on my chihuahua, okay? Okay? I'm trying to remember everything. Okay. Oh, hey, how about this? It's 3 in the morning. My loved one's got to go. I know. Babe, wake up, I gotta go. Okay, we're gonna go. Now I get to the bathroom. It is a dark cave.
Mm-mm.
What's the problem with that?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna SOS. Hold on, just throw it out, flare. I need to have light, right? So how am I gonna see the bathroom? Make sure you have a night light in the hallway, okay? Make sure you have a flashlight somewhere near the bed, because what if the lights go out, okay? So have a backup to your backup. And here we go. We're gonna go to the restroom, but we're gonna pretend now we're going to the wheelchair, okay? So I'm gonna bring the wheelchair closer. I'm not very nice to you. I made you stand there the whole time. He's like, I am not having pain 6 out of 10 or 50 out of 10. So here's a wheelchair. What's the bad news bears with this? What's gonna happen if I put him in this?
Not locked.
Thank you, sir. All right, A++ today. I need to lock all my devices, okay? I cannot have a bed that moves, I cannot have a chair that moves, and I got to have a person that moves, right? Because he's not gonna move if this doesn't, and I hurt him. So I get him up, okay, and we're gonna go and try that again. So can I get you to sit one more time? We're gonna transfer, okay? Where did I put this wheelchair? Did I put it all the way over there, all the way over there? No, I put it right up against the bed, facing the same direction, okay? Because we're gonna do a little dance. His butt will come up from there. He'll turn one step and sit right here. I don't want him walking and sitting. Turn, sit, okay? So I place it here beside the bed. Come in. On 3, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, and up. Now, my left leg, can they see a zoom in on our legs? Look at my foot that's tapping. I go back. His leg comes forward. Hold on to the chair. Okay? His leg goes back and he sits. Look at where I am, squatting. Okay? Look where he is, sitting. All right? Imagine if this chair were any further. See how much more he'd have to tiptoe backwards and somehow find the chair. I know he's okay in this chair when I ask him, can you feel the chair on the back of your leg? Can you feel the chair on the back of your leg? Go ahead. Do you feel the chair on the back of your leg?
Yes.
Good. Look what's not here, those foot pedal things, okay? We took the foot pedal things off while we're transferring. If I transfer with those long, you know those things that they have, can I borrow your leg? You know how they put those like metal things right here where your foot can go? That is like a recipe for ouch, ouch if he trips on it or if I trip on it. So I take them off. Yeah. And I'm gonna go, yeah. Before I trip you with my leg. Okay. You remember these when y'all go to the hospital? Remember that? They come off. Can you zoom in? Okay. So how it works is there's two holes here and they go and they clip on. Okay, see that? And then this little piece right here is it grabs. And as you bring it forward, it grabs and locks. So that way when you need it, you can add it on later. Okay? This is nice for if you have to, pop a wheelie over into the kitchen. If you want to take him over some sweet jumps. Just kidding. But yeah, this is probably not the best when you're trying to maneuver your loved one. Take them off.
They're really easy to take off.
So you pull this tab and you lift up and out. You can put these off to the side. Okay? All right. Are you okay? Are you good?
So,
How was that since I gave you the pain meds?
feeling good.
Remember last time? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm at a 2 now.
You're at 2, so you feel better after I gave you the meds. Yeah, he's also more receptive and he's smiling. Okay. No, but I'm serious though. If your loved one's a little crankier than normal, is it because they're in pain? You know? Because you know them. You know, you love them, you know them, you've lived with them, you know how they're like every day. If the status changes, there might be something wrong, okay? So now I'm gonna go ahead and unlock. I'm gonna unlock your wheelchair, okay? I should have told him, bad nurse, okay? Bad caregiver. But I'm gonna unlock, okay? And we're gonna go. Now, as I'm rolling through my house, some of the things that I want to avoid: cords, rugs that flip, pets. If you have these things in your house, be careful. Do a wheelchair test before you have a loved one in the wheelchair. How about getting through the doorway? Will their arms fit? Because if they're doing this, can I borrow your arms? What's going to happen to their arms? Look at the wheel. Look at the wheel, look at their hand. This is so, stick your finger in there. I'm like, stick your finger in there. That's easy. That hurts, okay? That is what, like, I have heart attacks over as a nurse. So keep your hands inside the wheelchair as we move around. Watch for the pets, the plants, the cords, the carpet, the people in front of you, okay? So we're gonna get to the car now. Is that okay? Okay, so we're gonna take a little trip. The floor is nice and even. If I have steps, I wanna make a ramp on those steps. Sweet, I didn't know you drove a Porsche. I'm gonna lock. No lie, I had somebody took care of somebody, and this is at a job, and all of us nurses, you know, we just had like just a little extra free time. Nobody was in the facility. You gotta come and see my panda Porsche. Oh, what? A panda what? A panda Porsche. This
Mm.
thing, this thing was painted black and white, had pink inside and ears. It had ears. It was a panda. A panda Porsche.
Literally.
Literally. Okay. We're gonna get him into the car. Okay. These are called chucks. Chucks, disposable absorbent wipe mats. If your loved one has a surgery, if you know that they may be incontinent and they are wearing their adult brief, but you love your panda Porsche, okay? Um, you can always put this in the car. You can always have them as a backup. And I tell you what, I have taken care of my own loved ones. And one of my loved ones has something called benign prostate, where they cannot pee very easily, kind of dribbles out all the time. And they couldn't get to the bathroom, and so they had an accident. But I put this on the chair, and they're a grown man, and they were crying. And I had to explain to my loved one. I was like, no, 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 do not cry, because look, I got this. I got this. Boop, throw it away. Look, no, don't cry. We're good. Okay. Your mojo is secure. That's what I say. Okay. So this is the car. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open the door. All right. So here's the door. All right. Here's the door. It's going to open up like this. All right. Here's the actual door. Does that make sense? So we're kind of pretending a door is here. Here's a handle. Okay. I love it when I can have another person watch me get into the car, right? Open that door. If I'm already weak, I can't be opening up the car door by myself. So somebody else is going to open the door for me. Somebody's going to stand here, okay? Are you ready to can you come a little bit down on that? Look, it's locked, wheelchair locked. Okay, now, what do I do? What's the next step? What's the next step? Okay, I'll answer for you. I go in. He's got to smell the Downy. Okay? Ready? On 3. 1, 2, and 3. And up we go. Now, hold on to the car. Hold on. Okay, go ahead and step forward. He's holding on to the car. Now, he turns. He's going to hold on to the frame of the car. And he's going to slow sit. Okay? Now, he can hold on to the frame of the car. He can hold on to the frame of the car. And he can turn and get his legs into the car. Okay? He should be in the passenger seat. In the passenger seat, please. Okay? All right. So we've gone from car to bed to commode.
We can do, well, I guess see if they have any questions.
Yeah.
We can do like
Bedbound care. Sure. How's everybody feeling? You want like a 3-minute break?
Now, I have a question.
Sure.
We are always trying to get my mother to try to walk in the walker instead of immediately getting into her wheelchair. And so sometimes we make her try to walk from the bed over to the walker first. And then she'll say, well, that wore me out. I have to get it in my wheelchair. And sometimes we think it's just her being kind of lazy. I don't know, any suggestions?
Yes. What's her lung function?
It's not great.
And that would wear anybody out. Is there,
Okay.
do you have oxygen? Have they given you any oxygen in the house?
No, we don't. She's not on oxygen.
Is there any way, do you know what she sats when she's moving? Not when she's just laying there, but when you get her up, and you get
No.
her to stand up to sit to the chair or stand up to go anywhere, how much oxygen is she actually producing as she's doing that? If she's dropping below 80, that's severe fatigue. That
I'll
might,
ask my sister. My sister knows.
I would ask and see, because if she is able to, and you are able to get a prescription for it, why not give her a little oxygen about 5 minutes before she has to get up and pre-oxygenate her? One, it creates higher blood level content. Two, she's got more to work with as far as blood cells getting more oxygen. And three, the euphoria. Pure oxygen gives you euphoria. It gives you a happier feeling. So that may help. Okay.
Good idea.
And then encourage her to want to go from the walker to the wheelchair. Then if that's what she wants, let her have it, but walk from the walker to the wheelchair, then the wheelchair where she needs to go,
Yeah, that's
because
a good idea.
it's a compromise. And you tell her, I am going to work with you, but you also work with me, so let's do 50-50.
Okay.
Okay. And then you can always just move the wheelchair just a little bit further. Yeah. Get her to, it's not mean, it's just one more step if she's capable. Because as you know, the body needs to move. Are you, and I know that you all are very educated already, so I don't want to insult you. Is there any like different padding that she likes the wheelchair, that it feels more secure than standing?
No, I don't think that's it.
Okay. When she sits, does she sit all day long in it?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, so just when she needs to ambulate.
Yeah, no, she sits in regular chairs a lot too.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that this is a very winnable situation for both of you.
Thank
I
you.
had a question
Welcome. Yes, sir.
about what's winnable or not. Maybe this is another class, but in the training this morning, your loved one, Ryan, was very compliant. Everything you said, he did. And my experience has been when my wife, Kathleen, was in a sniff, or for example, down at Warm Springs, inpatient, and the therapist would come in and say, do this, do that. She was very compliant. But when she came home, and I, as her family caregiver, would try to follow the suggestions. For example, using the gait belt. She doesn't always like to use the gait belt because she says she feels like a dog on a leash, being dragged around by it. So my question is, how can you get the loved one to be as compliant as possible? As caregiver, I don't have the same authority as you would as a nurse or the head physical therapist at a facility as an inpatient loved one.
So we don't always get a compliant patient. We don't always get a compliant loved one. And one of the things that you need to remember is, what is her current state? Are you trying to get her up when she needs to get up, or are you getting her up when you need to get her up?
Mm.
If she needs to get up, she's going to be compliant. She has to go to the restroom. She has to do what she wants to do. When you want to get her up because you're concerned for her, you're concerned for it, you need to communicate that. If she feels like she's being led around like a dog, like a puppy dog, is that because in fact she does feel you tugging on her and she's getting dizzy? If she's feeling dizzy and she feels tugged upon, then you need to gently touch the belt, even maybe back off a little bit from her. Remember, it's about control. People, when they lose their facilities, they want control. Your body is your only place, and your mind is the last place that you can control. So she's going to want to be her own person, and she's going to want to feel the young, lovely lady that she's always been. And she doesn't want to feel like she's that dog being pulled, because that's somebody who's dependent. You have to reassure her that she's in charge and that you are there simply to help her and that you are there because you love her, all right? Now is not a bad time, if she's receptive, to make funny jokes, okay? It's okay. Don't make fun of her. But, you know, knock, knock, who's there? Orange. What? Aren't you glad I'm not yellow? You know, it's just, really, you know? And so it's okay. Lighten it up. Remember, when they escalate, you de-escalate. When they get upset, you say, it's okay, you can be upset. You can back off, okay? You can say, fine, you know what? I love you with all my heart, and you're gonna get what you want. I would really like you to do this, and this is why, but okay, I'm gonna give you some time. I'll come back in about 10 minutes, then we'll get you up. Is that okay with you? I want 15, I want 20. You negotiate. Okay, 15. She's in control. She has to be, because that's the only way you're going to get that relationship with her. And don't be afraid if something makes her in a better mood. Do it. Yeah. Music. Yeah, you want to watch? Yeah, you want to watch Dirty Dancing later? Let's do it. Patrick Swayze. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Like, you know, anybody's in a better mood after Hungry Eyes. Okay. So do something fun, play her music that she likes, do it 10 to 15 minutes ahead. One, it tells her, hey, he's asking me what I want. That's pretty cool. Two, I'm doing something I like. And three, you don't have to say I'm getting you up to go to the restroom or whatever. I'm not going to pull you like a dog. You say, let's go dance. You ready to go dance with me, honey? Okay. It's bringing that, you guys are still a married couple. You're still absolutely in love with each other. That's how you still are. You still love that person. So you approach them in a loving way. I love you. Let's go dance, baby. Let's go out and have a date. She may laugh, but it's gonna make her happier. It's gonna make her more receptive. All right?
And yeah, like Marie mentioned earlier, they do have like those better designed gate belts, like on Etsy, and Amazon has some too. So, you know, sometimes something as simple as it looking a little bit better may help. And then a lot of times also, you know, patients or loved ones do respect the authority of like a doctor or nurse or somebody, and just say, you know, it's been prescribed by the doctor that we wear this, so we don't have to call the fire department again or something if I lose control of you or something like that. So
Yeah.
those are some other tactics you may want to try.
Yeah.
In the future.
I would always try to remember your tone. Okay? Remember how you're talking to the person. I don't know if y'all have children or not, but the person who was in labor for 12 to 13 hours, who pushed out your babies, who's loving you still, okay? Remember that, those things. And try in the back of your head to remember all the sacrifices that they've done, because you are sacrificing for them right now. And I don't want you to be in a bad mood. And I want you to kind of go, okay, you know, I'm approaching this. I'm going to keep myself in a lighter light, a happier moment. If I'm not in a happier light, it's going to pass to them. So am I okay first? Okay, am I feeling a little frustrated, a little angry? Am I getting a little resentful? Okay, I need to back that up. What can you do for you? Can you meditate? Can you listen to your own music? Can you give her time? Can you sit there and maybe try to keep working on those habits, those routines? But remember, it's not going to be built in a day. It's not going to be built in a week. It's going to take at least 4 weeks to build a habit. And remember the condition that they have. If they have Alzheimer's or dementia, it's not going to get easier. It is going to get more forgetful. Okay? Every 30 seconds, the worst, okay, at the worst of the dementias, every 30 seconds, the brain will reset. The worst, that's the worst. Absolute worst. Okay? Some people 15 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes. Okay? So check in with yourself. Am I okay? Make yourself happy and light, because you just can't get upset over this stuff. You have only so many more years together. Do you want to remember those years being a burden, or do you want to remember some of those years being somewhat comical, but thank God you got to be there with your loved one and spend that time with them and really get to know them even more intimately, you know?
All right. Did you want to go over the?
Yeah, let's go over. So I want to show them this too. So there is, is that good? Forward? Can you see it now? My bag's a quitter. It's like socks. Okay, so here we go. One of the things is falls prevention at home. Okay, so whether they are, and remember, going back, let me freeze, stop. When in a wheelchair, when getting up from any spot to another, they have to have one usable leg. That is a rule. If both legs are completely out, there is no push in them, there's no muscle movement, you cannot do all these things that we're talking about. Make sure at one leg, one good leg works, okay? Okay, so again, here's the bed, you have night lights, you have rugs that are covering cords, you have chairs with handles, okay? You have night lights in the hallway, in the bathroom. To help your loved one get in and out of that tub, get in and out of that shower, do they have a handrail, side rail? Do they have, next to the toilet, the commode, do they have a bar? Notice that the bar is not to be used. I'm sorry, that the toilet paper holder is a flimsy thing. Do not use that as a handle. That is not appropriate. They will fall and then hit their head as they try to hold on to it. Watch out in the living room. Make sure the areas are nice and open. The couch is a beautiful wall. Okay, you can always use the back of the couch to help navigate the person to where they need to go in a hallway. So you can always have the back of the couch being held. When it comes to the hallways, make sure up steps, down steps, there's always a nightlight and railings on your stairs. Some of us have these beautiful modern, what do they call them? Retro, they were built in the 60s and the 70s. A lot of us have these beautiful homes. They have steps, but then they have the rails, and then the last 3 steps have no rails, okay? Like super fancy looking. But those last 3 steps are the ones that somebody can fall on. So make sure you have railings. If you have, some houses have just a minimal set of steps. If you can, and you know somebody who can, or I think ACOG does this, use a ramp, okay? Use a ramp, okay? There are grabbers that you can purchase for your loved one. Give them the grabber, all right? I know that you all want them to walk, but if you have to turn your eyes away from them and you know they want something over there and you just can't always be with them, get them that grabber so they can go grab it and bring it towards them, because why risk a fall, okay? It's more important that they just get what they need, bring it back, get what they need, bring it back, okay? Again, so some of the things like in the kitchen, watch the knobs that are in the front of your stoves. Sometimes as you're walking by, you may knock them and turn the gas on. It's better to have, the knobs up and away from the edge. You also want to be careful with where they're touching in the kitchen as they're ambulating. Do not burn your hands while touching this, trying to use a stove. So I would just stay away from a stove when ambulating. And your walkers here. All right, your rolling walkers, make sure the brakes really work, okay? So there's that. Yeah, is anybody dealing with any incontinence right now issues? So incontinence, just in case y'all are like, what? That means they're having a hard time holding their bowels, or they are peeing on themselves. Is anybody having that issue?
Resources on Grace Plays.
Yeah, okay, because if y'all are good with that, then yeah. I'm all like, you want any hand wash?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so some of the things that we are putting up on the computer are really some awesome resources. I'm going to give it back.
All right, guys, we're just, so if there's no specific questions on some of the skills that we went over, we do want to go over a couple of the resources that we generally find helpful in the community. And you know, the great thing about San Antonio is there's actually quite a bit out there. There's a lot of great organizations that Marie and I work with, that Connectability connects people with. True to their name. And so a couple of things that we find helpful. Let's see, I'm going to do another share screen. And let's see, I'm going to open this up. Okay, so I guess it's pronounced Pressa. They are doing transportation for individuals. So like doctor's appointments and things like that. It's by reservation, so you need to call and make sure they 2 weeks ahead essentially is what's recommended. Call, make sure you're on their in part of their organization, but it's free transportation. Okay, there may be a small cost. And same with VIA. VIA is also a good one for families that just need help with transportation. Those are good issues. Yeah.
And I just want to add, if your family member is going into the hospital and they need to come back out because they had any type of sedation, so they had a surgery, or they had the margaritas, you know what I'm talking about, the Versed, the midazolam, the fentanyl, the hydrocodone, the Vicodin, anything that's a narcotic, they cannot be driving their way home. And you cannot have one of these people here in these facilities, like this, they're just drivers. They're not nurses. They're not certified to give CPR. They don't have any understanding of fluids. They're just a driver. So if you are required to drive your loved one home from a surgery, please do not use this facility. This is not what they're used for. It is just a doctor's appointment, like a checkup or a normal visit. Okay.
And then also Grace Place is a good one for families with dementia or Alzheimer's. It's moderately priced. Meals on Wheels runs the organization. I lead an Alzheimer's support group with the Alzheimer's Association, and a lot of my families go take their loved one to Grace Place. So that's one we always like to recommend. Another resource is ACOG. Let me bring up their website real quick. That's Alamo Area Council of Governments in San Antonio. So we do a lot of our training in the home. And so there's a program with ACOG. If your loved one is over 60 years old or has dementia or Alzheimer's, ACOG can issue an authorization for, basically for education and training at no cost to you. So if you feel like I'd need a little bit more hands-on specific training, we are still doing, with COVID, we're still able to go into the home now that things are improving a little bit more. and basically Marie will show you the same things that we worked on today, but more specifically for your loved one, and there's no cost for anyone. So if that is something that interests you, you can reach out to us. And let's see, and let me give you, so I'm going to put this information in the chat. One second, bring it up. So that's ACOG. You can find us at upwardhealthcare.com. So that's also in the chat there. And let me give you our phone number also. Okay. So if you have follow-up questions, you can ask questions actually directly on the website. We've got kind of like a forum where people can submit questions. And then you can also just call this number. That'll go to us, and we can talk to you about either how to get connected with ACOG so that we can come to the house for free, or if there's other resources that are available for your loved one. So really our goal is to support you kind of on this journey and help connect you with the resources that are out there. So let's double check. So I think that is pretty much it. Ashley, or did y'all have any other things that y'all wanted to go over? Let's see. Okay, Marie. Okay, Marie has one more thing she wants to show you. And let's see, let me do this.
So one of the things that, join me on the commode. One of the things that I want to talk about, especially with Mr. Baker, you wanting to help your wife ambulate, get to places, or any one of us loved ones, whether we need the reminder or the loved one needs the reminder. This is a dollar store purchase. It is a whiteboard, okay? And remember to start really organizing your day. Everybody loves structure, okay? Structure is the best thing that was ever invented. Humans, we just eat it up like flan on a hot day, okay? So one of the things that we can do is we can put the times down. So we can say 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These are the hours of the day. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, okay? And we can just, go ahead and get all of our times put down. We can write out what's going to happen during the day. We can also have a yes and no box. Okay? Yes. And I'm doing this upside down. No. Well, that's backwards. Okay? Look at that. It says New York, huh, Mr. Baker? Yeah, New York.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay. So, but yeah, if your loved one, say, you want to ask her to do something in the next 10 minutes, and she's watching her stories, or she's doing her thing, write her a note. Hey, love, can we get you blah, blah, blah somewhere in the next 10 minutes? And then write down the time. And then leave her a note and walk off. Okay? That's something you can do. Sometimes, she's in the middle of she's deep inside the soap opera. Let her be. Just write her a note. Hey, I wrote you a note. Oh, okay. And then that gives her control, and you're not bothering her. Okay, I know you're not bothering, but you're just kind of gently nudging her. We all like text messages, right? We all like a little note every now and again. Okay, instead of being told, let's get to the bathroom. Let's get to the bathroom, right? And then she's like, why are you writing this? Well, I didn't want to interrupt you. Oh, he cares about not interrupting me. See, we're giving a little. And another thing is schedule your day. You always make a buffer for your time. Okay, so maybe it's going to be 1 in the afternoon to 3 o'clock. This is your time. This is when you get your hair cut. This is when you get, this is when you can ask your loved one if they would like to go to the adult social club during the day. It's really called an adult daycare, but let's spin it a different way so they'll want to go. But they want to go and get social, and these social clubs are not open yet, unfortunately, due to COVID. But this is your haircut time. This is your doctor's appointment. This is your ability to go out, maybe get your own lunch, relax, take a nap, whatever you need to do. That's always booked in. This is the time if somebody needs to come and visit you for a home repair, the plumber, the bug man, bug woman, gardener, whoever it is. That way your loved one is in a routine. Oh, it must be 1 to 3 because I always do this at this time. I always wake up at this time. Do not let them nap. They want to try to nap, but let's keep them busy. Go to the mall, put a mask on, okay? Go walk. But we always walk 8, 9 o'clock. We always go out. We always get to the mall. Let's go look at the shops, honey. Let's go shopping, okay? And it's stimulus, it's walking, it's having a good time together. You're on a hot date, okay? It's a hot date. So enjoy it. Then you get tired a little bit. Then you do something, let's make lunch together. It's a whole day of routine that's always the same. And that way, by the time they hit 5 o'clock or 4, they've had their dinner at 4 or 5 or whatever, 6, they're going to knock out more, okay? We should not try to let them sleep during the day. Hey, I am not the end-all be-all. If the doctor's like, no, let them sleep, fine. The doctor gets to overrule the nurse. Doesn't matter with me. But I guarantee you, putting them on a schedule, not letting them really sleep a lot during the day, and getting them tired enough to want to stay asleep at night is really going to help you also get your sleep, okay? But it's a dollar store board. It's super cheap. And the markers were also at the dollar store, and they were like $1. Imagine that at the dollar store, $1. So, ta-da. And I think it's a really nice way. You never have to worry about, can I go that day if I have something going on? Your something going on is always between the same hours, okay? So you can get away.
I had one more quick question for Marie.
Yeah.
I think you made the comment that as we went through all those transfer techniques, that everything you demonstrated was based on the assumption there was one strong leg.
Yes.
And my situation is there's significant weakness in both legs.
Yes.
My wife had a spinal cord stimulator implanted a couple of months ago, and she's still having significant weakness in each leg. And the therapists are trying to get her to walk with the walker. And I was curious when you made that comment that can we still apply these techniques if there is not one good, strong leg involved in the situation?
Well, she can stand, right? When you put her up on her legs, she can still stand, even if it's for 5, 6
With
seconds.
the walker, she needs a walker to support her.
Then she's great. Then she's great. If she's jelly on her legs, then no. But she's got 2 legs. She can stand. The more we use those legs, the better off we're going to be. So I really think, yeah. And again, is she on a pain med?
Yes, she is.
And is she getting her meds at least 30 minutes before she ambulates, meaning walks?
Yes, the therapists have always told her to do that.
Okay. And then after she gets up and she walks, is she getting better? Have you noticed in the weeks that she's kind of getting better?
There's been some that description you used, jelly legs. That's really what she had when she was discharged, even from the sniff. that she really couldn't put much support on either leg.
I say I encourage you to listen to your therapist and to keep ambulating her. Make sure that she's on a schedule with her medications before she's ambulated, and get her on a schedule for why she needs to even get up and move.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't say no. The only time I would offer that that's not possible is if she just gets up and falls over. Okay, then no.
Yeah.
But you can encourage her with telling her things like, I noticed from last time you've gotten better this time. You remember you couldn't make it this far, you made it this far this time. Look at the difference between yesterday and today, or last week and this week. Another thing that you can do is, and I'm going to look really silly when I do this, but I'm attention seeking right now. So as you lay in bed, the therapists actually have something called a triangle, and it hangs up on a chain.
Yes.
And so you can ask for one of those so she can pull herself up, okay, and try to get herself out of her bed. But look at all this exercise that I'm doing. You might want to help her with the legs, but really, let her move, okay? Let her do it. Oh, you're doing so well, honey. Look at you. Yeah, look at that. All right, you're like Karate Kid. Keep doing it, okay? She is gonna have to use her legs to get better. And I don't care what age we are or how close we are to anything that we are scary of. No, we can still be active from the very last second that we need to be active. So keep moving those legs. You can ask for a triangle. I don't know if you can find those off of Amazon, but they hook to the back of whatever frame you have on your bed. They hook on, and then they come up, and then they have a chain, and it looks like a triangle you used to play in band class. So a little triangle, and she holds onto it. She's going to pull herself up. All right?
Yeah. In the hospital and in the rehab, they had those, but I don't have one here at home.
Yeah. I really would suggest get some toys, okay? See what you can buy to help you ambulate her. Yeah. Yeah, maybe if you have home health.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You want, Mr. Baker, you want her to be able to get out of the bed for as long as she can by herself for many reasons. When she starts staying in the bed, okay, and she can't get up, it's not a threat, but it is something you need to educate her about. Sweetheart, if you stay in this bed for 2 hours and we don't move you, you can get sores on your body.
Yes.
Sores, yeah, they're no joke. They can get bigger and infect your blood, and you could get real sick, and I have to leave you in the hospital, and they got to give you big antibiotics, So I don't want that. I want, as she ends up laying in the bed, you literally have to keep repositioning her every 2 hours, left, middle, center, right, center, left. And you have to keep moving her every 2 hours, and her skin could break down. Okay?
Yes.
So you can tell her these things. You've got to get up. You've got to use your muscles. If you don't get up, I'm afraid I just don't want you to get these bed sores. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. Well, it's 11 o'clock, so that's pretty much all we have for today. In the chat, I did put the number for ACOG. Like I say, they provide the caregiver education and training. You can get the fall alert medallions. They can do home modifications, respite care. So there's a lot of resources that we try to connect people through ACOG. So make sure you take down that number. There's our contact information. Let us know if you have any other questions, and then we'll turn over to Ashley from Connectability to say one last goodbye.
Thank you all again for joining us. I did want to let you know that I will follow up Carol and Mr. Baker with an email to you with the same information that Ryan put in the chat, so you have that. And I will also provide you all with a calendar of virtual events that we're hosting at Connectability. I think it's so important that Marie and Ryan bring up, you know, going out and being social during this time. And we know a lot of places that we typically would go to and want to go to are not available to us in person right now. But we are hosting a number of events open to caregivers and our, you know, clients as well. And they vary from social games, you know, to icebreakers, Jeopardy. We have a number of activities going on a weekly basis. So that's also something, and they're all at the same time. So it'd be something nice to incorporate to routines, as Marie was suggesting, so that you have something to wake up to. You can put it on the Zoom, you know, it's something predictable for you and your loved one to either do together or do, you know, you can do one and they can do one. So I'll go ahead and provide that to you all in a follow-up email after today. And I just, one big thank you again to Ryan and Marie so much for your skills and your time and your education. And we will continue to host these as long as we are able to virtually, and then hopefully again once in person. So thank you all again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
your
you,
time.
Marie.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.